Welcome to the video, guys, and I'm very excited for what you're about to go through. The idea of this video and this video series, there's going to be between 4 to 5 videos, possibly more in the future if I feel the need to add any more to this. But the idea behind this whole video series is I was asking myself the question, what are the most valuable lessons and tools and not tricks, but tools and strategies that have significantly improved the quality of my life and the life of my clients and the people that I've engaged with and taught this to. And how can I really teach that to as many people as possible? And here we are. So what we're going to be going through is really meaningful, powerful tools that will improve the quality of your life if you decide to do these videos properly. And what I mean by that, there's going to be a fair bit of content. It will get a little bit deep, but not too deep. It's going to be very practical. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to show you examples. But if you honestly decide and make a decision right now, with me right now, to do these videos properly and immerse yourself into the content that you're about to go through and apply it to your life will change. And I put my heart on the line. I put my reputation, my name, my everything I stand for on the line. So I'm not screwing around here. This stuff is so meaningful, so powerful if you decide to do this properly. Each video will go for roughly 20 minutes. That's what I'm aiming for. But for people that know me personally, you know I know how to talk a lot. So I'll stay on track as best I can. But please pay attention. Make sure you got pen, make sure you've got paper, and make sure you're ready to do this properly. Like I said, I'm going to share my screen and there's going to be a lot of valuable content here. So have your pen at the ready and let's go through it. Focus, guys. Obviously, you can replay this video as many times as you want. You can replay any of the videos as many times as you want. And yeah, good luck with it, guys. If you need help as well, message me personally on any of my social medias and I'll get back in contact with you, okay? Good luck. Let's go through it. First things first. We're going to be going through your values. Now, what are values? I'm actually going to share my screen straight away. So you can see me at the top as well. We're going to be determining your values. But first of all, we need to clarify, what are values? Values are not what most people think as. If you want to read the screen with me, a person's values are their life priorities. They are perceived voids that became valuable and fulfilling in the present moment. Each person has their own unique set of values which are important to the fulfillment of that person's life. They are not social idealism such as peace, freedom, happiness, loyalty, other emotional states such as control and certainty. Low self-worth is a feedback mechanism to let someone know that they are living someone else's values or subordinating to someone else's values or ideas or ideals. Someone else's values equals someone else's worth. That was a lot. Let's unpack that together. What does that mean? Everyone, you and me and everyone on this planet has things intrinsically that mean a lot to them. I talk a lot about motivation, and one of the videos, I believe the next video, is going to be around goal setting. And I use this a lot. Motivation, or the need for motivation, is a symptom of an uninspiring goal. What that means is, right now, you have things that mean the most to you and you don't need any form of motivation to go do them. Family is a very common one, so I use that quite frequently. But a lot of people, you might be one of these people, family is a high priority for them. It's a value for them. They don't need any motivation or any accountability to spend time with their family, their kids, their parents, their brothers, sisters, cousins, whoever it is. Family means a lot to them. So when we talk about values, what we want to get clear on, what are your life priorities? Because too many people, myself included, don't know what they are, or they think they should be something else based on someone else's opinion, their parents, their childhood, social media, anything that they've consumed. And people try to be things or do things that aren't truly important to them because they feel like they have to, or they should, or they ought to, or they feel pressure that they need to. And once you understand this, it is powerful. We're going to go through and do the exercise together. And some of it might seem quite simple. You're going to get to the end of this and you're going to have your values right in front of you. And it might seem quite simple, but there's so many benefits and uses to these values. And if you tie these values, and this is the reason why this is the first video, when you tie it into goal setting, into balancing things out so you don't put your judgment and expectations onto others, and you don't expect other people to be a certain way based on who you are, your life will change. And again, I guarantee that to you. So if you need to read that again, obviously pause the video, go back through it. I love the last point. Someone else's values is someone else's worth. For example, say family and health and your career. That's very common ones. Say they were your top values. So you love family, you love health, so you love training, exercising, and you love your career. Say, for example, someone else had a value of, say, experiences. They had a value of, say, learning. And you thought, because you idolize this person, or this person just gave you their opinion, or they say, oh, you should go out and live life a little bit more. You should go out and have a bit more fun. And they put their value of experiences onto you, and you feel guilty and you feel like, shit, I should do that. And you go out and you do that, and you're now having experiences, having fun, but it's taken away time from family, it's taking time away from your health, and it's taking time away from your career. You have now just put someone else's values up above yours, and that is going to create resentment. It's going to create guilt. It's going to create the need for motivation because you're not inspired to do that. You feel pressured to do that. You need to force yourself to do that because you're not living true to who you are. The most common one that I've experienced with myself and with my clients is health and family. They're the biggest ones because some people have a very high value on family and they might not have it on health, or the other way around. For example, say you value family right now, but you don't value health. And then you might see something on social media, or someone says something to you, or you just feel guilty, or something pops up, and you set a goal that is not in line with your values to train 10 times a week, never eat bad food, and be really, really extreme with your health and fitness. If it's not aligned based on your life goals and your life priorities and your values, if it's not aligned properly, and say, for example, you start training so much, you start going to the gym nonstop, you start eating really, really healthy, really, really well. However, your highest value is actually family, and your training starts to take away from time of you, it takes time away from your kids, your partner, your brothers, your sisters, your parents, whatever quality time of family means to you. If your training has taken away from what is most valuable to you, you're going to feel guilty. You're going to self-sabotage. That is the definition of self-sabotage. You have not prioritized your values. You put someone else's on top of yours, and it creates a self-sabotage effect because you feel guilty, you feel unmotivated, you feel lethargic, you feel distracted. Like we go down to the next slide right now, you can see the difference. When you're living to your values, you're adaptive, you'll overcome problems, you're resilient, you're long-term, your attention, your intention, you identify with, you're more disciplined, you're more reliable, you're more focused, you're inspired intrinsically, and you're certain on what it is that you want to do. When you're living by your lowest values, things that aren't important to you, they're not a priority for you. You can see all the ones we got there. You're disorganized. You need to be extrinsically motivated to do it. You need to be pushed to do it. You procrastinate, you hesitate, you disown it. Your attention's really, really poor. You don't retain a lot of the information. You're unreliable. You think short term. You're looking for immediate gratification. You seek pleasure. You avoid pain. You do it if it's easy, but you avoid it if it's hard. You're impulsive, and you need rewards or punishment to force you to do it. So again, there's a lot of information. Pause this, go through it. I just encourage you, because I know I do speak quite fast, is take your time, guys, and go through this in your own time. So I stay on track and I don't make this video go for too long. We're going to go through what are your core values. This is a really simple process. I'll walk you through it, but just take your time with it. Pause the video at any given time. I'm not going to pause. I'm going to tell you when to pause, but I'm going to keep talking so the video doesn't go for too long. But you need to answer these questions with one word. So they are simple. They're not trick questions. Just answer them, whatever comes to you. And they have to be one-word answers. So for example, what do you spend most of your time thinking about? It might be thinking about time with family. It might be going on holidays. It might be your career. Or it might be going to the gym. It might be eating healthy. It might be traveling the world. Like whatever it is. But use one word to describe that answer. Okay? And you're going to do the same thing for these questions. Okay? By the way, if you would like a copy of this folder, of this file, I'm going to leave a link to it in the description, okay? So there's a file, if you want to print this off, if you want to have it yourself, I will leave a copy of this in the description if you'd like to grab it, okay? So what do you spend most time thinking about? What do you spend most time talking about? What do you study, research, and read about? Something on that. If you don't do much study and research, that's totally fine. But what do you consume? Like on social media, on your news feed, what are you consuming? Are you consuming animals, travel, food? Like what is it that you're consuming? In other words, studying and researching, okay? What areas are you most organized in life? I might zoom out for a little bit. So what I want you to do, just pause the video now and answer these questions. It shouldn't take you more than a couple minutes, okay? Then I want you to do the same thing. Pause the video. I'm assuming you've done the last answers. You've paused this video and go through the same thing. What inspires you most in life? What do you spend your money on? Now, just a thing on the money one. A lot of people say food. I spend money on food. That's awesome. But what's the intention behind the food? For example, are you spending money on food because you like going out to restaurants and you love the experience of going to a restaurant? Or do you like the quality time that you spend with your partner and food's just the bonus? Food's the excuse to go do it. Or are you genuinely passionate about food? Do you love cooking? Do you love trying new foods, creating new foods? Like, what is it that what's the reason you're spending the money on, okay? Because we all need food to survive, obviously. But what's the reason? Like, are you spending your money on quality food because it allows you to train and be happier and healthier? So is health the reason why you're spending your money on food? Just something that I've found a lot of people get a bit mistaken on. What things do you find most fulfilled in life? Again, just answer these, pause the video. What do you enjoy doing in your free time? What goals have you consistently focused on throughout your life? Pause the video, write these down. Again, grab the file below if you'd like to. We're back. So we're going to go through grouping them together. So what you're going to do, first of all, congratulations for getting this far. What you're going to do is you're going to group them together. So you're going to go through and identify all the similar ones. So you might have training, you might have health, you might have nutrition, food, supplements, you might have yoga, stretching, you might have things that all entail something that could be similar or a similar category, okay? It might be family, it might be time with the kids, it might be having a baby, starting a family, it might be learning about being a great parent, whatever that may be. What are the ones that are quite similar? You want to go through and you want to circle them, okay? So circle the ones that are quite similar and you're going to categorize them and you need to give them a label of what it means to you, okay? So that's the next step. So go through and you should come up with between 4 to 7. You might have 8 and you might have 3, but you should have between 4 to 7, okay? So just categorize them all. Again, you'll have similar ones. You'll have fitness, health, running, training, supplements. That might entail health, but just a tip, use a label or a name because these are going to be your values. We're literally almost done. This is the hardest part. You're going to put a label on it and that needs to resonate with you because health might not resonate, but vitality might. Or that might not, but training might, or nutrition might, or food might. You need to do something that really means the most to you, okay? For an example, I might just show you what mine are, just so you have a little bit of context. So my highest values, I've got in the next video when we do goal setting, where we go through purpose, mission, vision, there'll be more into it, but values is the hardest part. So we're going through that now. So mine is learning, teaching, wealth creation, business, relationships, experiences, and health. So those are my top values. Those are the highest priorities to me. And if you want to go a little bit deep, and this might start to make sense for you now, because you're paying attention, you're doing a great job, is like what we said at the start, a person's values are perceived voids that become valuable and fulfilling in the present moment. What do I mean by that? If you look at my values, I got diagnosed with Asperger's. I'm on the autistic spectrum as a kid. Well, I am on the spectrum, and I got told that I would struggle learning. I would struggle to read and write, and I would struggle to learn. So that became quite painful for me because I got tested. They took me overseas, and I had all these things, and I had got told that I'm stupid and I'll struggle to learn, and I learn really slow. I learn differently, so that was quite painful for me. So that's become a value for me as well. Teaching as well, because I really enjoy teaching, and same thing, I got told I couldn't learn or teach and all that stuff. Wealth creation. Growing up, finances was quite a painful area for me in my family dynamic. Like money wasn't abundant for us. There were times where we struggled financially. So that became it was a void. So whatever becomes a void, it becomes a value later on in life. And these values do change. You will need to do your values quite frequently because they definitely do change, okay? But if you just want to screenshot that and have a look at mine, we're going to go through purpose, mission, vision on the goal setting video, okay? But back to this one. We'll go back to where we're up to. So you're giving yourself labels. What are the labels that resonate the most with you? And when you do these, guys, have no guilt. One of your values might be video games. Like it might be animals. It might be travel. It might be image. One of like a lot of my friends, like one of theirs is image. And some people feel guilty to say a value of mine is making sure I look good. What's wrong with that? You're putting someone else's values on yours because you think it shouldn't be that. It should be something else. No. Whatever yours is perfect. It's like a fingerprint. It's unique to who you are. So embrace it and take away all feelings of guilt, okay? And I'm saying this from experience because I used to do the same thing with family. If we, I'm trying not to get too much off track, but if we look at those values again, family isn't on mine. And I used to feel guilty because I didn't want to, I wasn't inspired to really go hang out with my family. To clarify that, it doesn't mean I don't love them, doesn't mean I'm not there for them, doesn't mean I'll do anything I need to do that, but it's not a high value for me. I don't need to catch up with them every single week or talk to them every single day to fulfill that area of my life. But for learning, I want to, and I need to learn every day. I do podcasts, I do books, I have mentors, I do programs, seminars. Like I need to learn because it's so meaningful to me and I'm inspired to do so. But like, I don't get that inspired to hang out with my family and talk to them every single day. I still catch up with them. I still communicate with them, but it's probably on a fortnightly to monthly basis instead of a daily or weekly. And if you catch yourself saying, well, you should have family in there, that's you putting your values onto me. It's like me coming back to you and say, well, you need to learn more. You need to teach more. You need to be better with your money. That's me putting my values onto you. So the key with this, and something again that can be really, really game changing for you, is this will allow you to be clear on who you are, so stop judging who you are, and to stop judging others, because so many people have expectations that people should be similar to them. They should value family at the same level, their health at the same level, learning, teaching, making money, traveling, whatever it is. Like, stop putting those expectations onto others and onto yourself. Be clear on who you are, love who you are, live life based on what you love, and stop putting your expectations onto others to do the same thing of what you want to do, because yours is probably, and it definitely is, different to everyone. Obviously, people can have similarities, and that's where people do connect, but don't have an expectation that people need to be the same way as you, because that's not going to happen. That's a fantasy, and that's going to lead to a nightmare. So anyways, won't go into that today. So if you need to pause the video, group them all together and give them a label, okay? So we're back, and I'm assuming you've done that right. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to list them out. Now, the magic question that you're going to ask, you're going to write them all out. So have 1 to 7, but you're going to have them in no particular order. Now, you're going to ask yourself a question. The question is A more important than B, or is B more important than A? For example, say you've got family and say you've got health. Is family more important than health, or is health more important than family? And don't judge yourself. Don't feel guilty. Don't feel obliged to say anything, because you might have something like that. Like if you feel like family should be the highest one, you're doing this wrong. What does your gut tell you? What does your heart tell you? Because your intuition knows the answer. You've got to listen to it. So say it again. Is family more important than health, or is health more important than family? And then you just make your way down the list. Then say you've got the third one might be, say, travel. It would be, and say family is the answer. So is family more important than health? Is health more important than family? Family. Is family more important than experiences, or experiences more important than family? Family. And you've got to make your way down the list and battle test all of them. And then you'll circle, say family comes out on top. Beautiful. Family's number 1. Then you go to the second one. Is health more important than experiences, or experiences more important than health? Health is. Is health more important than learning, or is learning more important than health? actually learning is? Awesome, great, start again. Is learning more important than health, or is health more important than learning? Learning. Is learning more important than, and you go all the way through that list, and then you have your order. That's literally it. You've got your order there, which is amazing. You've now got your top values. And something that really, really resonates with me is that quote that I've got on the screen right now. If you live a life based on your highest values, you'll be a victim of your history. If you live life based on your highest values, you'll be a master of your destiny. Dr. John Demartini, he's the one that's really taught this to me through his content and his teachings. If you want to go do more of his work, by all means, Google his name and read his books and do his stuff. But this is phenomenal. Like, if you want to be inspired, if you want to love who you are, if you want to stop judging yourself and judging others, if you want to do, there's so much more that, again, these values seem quite simple. Like, that was I think quite a simple exercise to do anyways. But now when you actually apply this to your goal setting, which will be the next video, when you apply this to not judging others, which will be on the third video, these can impact everywhere. Your relationship. Do this with yourself and do this with your partner. There's going to be differences there. And as long as you can identify what yours are and what your partner's are, and appreciate that your partner needs to fulfill their highest values for them to love who they are and to be happy and to be inspired, you need to allow them to have time and space to go do that, and don't put expectations on them to live how you believe life should be lived, because that's just your expectation, and that's a fantasy, expecting other people to live the way you expect them to live. So again, there's so many benefits to this. It seems simple, but like you'll see on the coming videos, knowing your values are incredibly powerful. So now you've got them, guys. Well, you should have them. If you're lost, guys, go back, do the video again. Remember, the downloadable version of this file is in the link below, so you can download it if you want. This is a little homework if you'd like to do it. Say, for example, and this is a most common one, health. Obviously, I've been in the fitness industry for a long time. Is people with their health, say there's an action or there's a behavior that you do want to do more of, but you're not motivated, you always procrastinate, you're always distracted, you always put it off and you don't do it. If you want to be better with it, you need to, or you'd want to, link doing that activity or that item or that action to your highest values, your top 3. For example, say family, career, and travel. Say they're your top 3, but health and fitness is not on there. The beautiful thing about life is you want to get to a point where you only have to do and want to do your highest values. That's the goal in life. And to get there, you need to stop doing things that you don't need to do, and you need to delegate things that you can delegate. However, some things like health and fitness, you can't delegate, unfortunately and fortunately. You can't pay someone to do your push-ups for you. Not yet anyways. It's 2021. Who knows what the future looks like? However, if it is something that you want to and you know you need to look after fundamentally for you to have a high quality life, you need to link the benefits of doing that action by training consistently, eating consistently well. And again, it might be 3 or 4 sessions a week. It might be eating good 80% or 70% of the time. You need to write down as many benefits of doing that in relation to your highest value. For example, say it's family and you're not training and you're not looking after your health, but you want to because you know it is important, which it is. So you have the value family and you write down as many benefits of family if you look after your health fundamentally. What's a benefit for your family, your area of family, if you were to look after your health? You're going to be in a better mindset. You're going to be in a better mental state of mind. You're going to have more energy. You're going to be able to handle your emotions better. You're going to be You're going to be a better role model for your kids and your family. You're going to live longer. You're going to have more vitality about you to be around and experiencing those times with your kids. You're going to be able to handle tough conversations better with them, because when you're in a better state of mind, you can handle criticism. You can handle objections. You can handle problems better. Blah, blah, blah. And get as many as you can. And as you can see, if you want to do this properly, list out 50 to 200. Because what that does, and I'm not going to go into the science today, but it starts to create new pathways in your brain. Every little benefit you get, once you get to the point, because you'll probably list out 5 to 10, it'll be quite easy. Once you get to the point where you can't think of any more, keep thinking, what else? What else? What else? You'll get something. Holy shit, I didn't think of that. Write it down. And in that moment, you just created a little pathway in your brain which links health and fitness to that valuable priority of your life that is intrinsically meaningful to you. And if you do that 50 to 200 times over, you'll get to a point where it's like, holy shit, I want to go train. Not because I enjoy doing the exercise. I don't like doing burpees or doing squats, but I'm doing this because I want to, because I know deep down this is going to make me be a better parent. It's going to make me be a better partner for my partner. It's going to make me be a better role model for my kids. It's going to make me live longer, blah, blah, blah. Like, because you've linked all those benefits to it. And that's how you can help yourself work on areas that you want to, but you find yourself not doing it because it isn't important to you. It's not a priority for you, which is fine. Like, I don't have things that are all priorities for me. If you go back to mine, health and fitness is not one of my highest ones. It's number 7. So I would rather learn, teach, do wealth creation, business, relationships, experiences before I train. But I know as a business owner, as a leader, I need to look after my mental and physical health so I can be a great teacher. I can be a great business owner. I can make great decisions. I can handle stressful times, blah, blah, blah. So I've linked all those benefits to training. So now I enjoy training a hell of a lot more. I used to be really bad with it. And I'm a personal trainer. Like, there's a lot of trainers in the same position. So it's by linking those benefits to the things that are intrinsically meaningful for you, you're going to have such an incredible transformation. I'm going to wrap it up here, guys. That was 25 minutes. Thanks for watching, guys. If you need to watch this video back, please do so. I really appreciate you watching this today. It really means a lot. Have a great day. Share this with a friend who knows who you could help with this. Send this to them. It might benefit their life. And I'll see you on the next video.